Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a beautiful 61-degree Wednesday, August the 4th. We've reached the old hump day, the old kai out there. I was taking Sasha and Annie for a midnight walk the other night, and goofballs, that Sasha's got like this 11 to 11:30 alarm clock goes off. She wants to go out and investigate the rabbits. And I'm walking around, I got a powerful flashlight that's adjustable, so I have it in kind of a lower beam while we're just walking around. You can, flood beam when it's on high. Anyway, I'm like, where's Kylie? She always kind of comes out and hangs out. So we get to this one place over here by the barn, and I go, what is that out there? And she is in farthest corner over there, just sitting there pointing kind of angrily back into the property. It looked very eerie. And I was in that low beam, so you just kind of see a glow of her. So I had to hit the high beam, and I blinded her, pissed her off, and that was the end of that. Very little, if any, smoke haze today. Perfect. Let's roll. Mama?
Just a hubba.
We have reached the proverbial hump day.
Yes, we have.
That little bird dropping on your window over there, I keep thinking it's a big scratch.
Yeah, just don't look. We need to watch the floor.
It still look like it does, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to threaten them with water every once in a while.
This is true.
It's supposed to be 92 here in Vancouver.
Yep.
If it's like yesterday, that humidity, it just all been 110 out here.
I know. Luckily, it's not so much.
Yeah. All right.
Overall.
Enjoy your day there, Mama.
You too, sweetheart.
And I'll see you in the passage.
I see ya.
Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I was going to do a UVI on this 2019 Iron 883, but somewhere between the auction house and here, the key is missing. Look at this, where he put the mirrors underneath there and clearly didn't pay attention to where it hits the tank. That's literally a crying shame. That's what your battery should look like when it's in. And your bracket needs to be locked on both sides in the back. One of the reasons people have a hard time is they don't realize that the negative cable needs to go underneath the bracket. There's a rise in it that the cable will fit between the cable and the battery, but it's in the back. The other thing I've seen people do is hook up the battery before they try to put the bracket in, because they can lean the battery forward and get to the bolts easier. You just got to fight it, or the bracket's not going to be in there right. You don't want that battery floundering around. There is nothing holding that other than that bracket and that strap. So anyway, I found him some bolts. I don't know if I've got a blunt 6mm tap to clean that one up. Maybe it's not damaged, but I had some extra bolts. And the wiring that he had going through these, this is, I'm assuming it's for his aftermarket trailer hitch kit. There's the ground and 2 hot wires, but he had them going through this kind of like a ventilation area of the front tub. Well, if you ever have to take this tub off in the service, you got to take all them wires out. Had it all routed through. Now you can take the tub off, and it's like you have no accessories on it. They all stay. This is one of those. That's kind of nice, I gotta admit. But that, I wouldn't run that on the back of my lawnmower for a utility trailer. But that's just me. Again, it's like $28,000, $30,000 vehicle, and you go cheap. That just tells me, I just wouldn't want anybody to look at this thing and go, that old Smoak. So he buys that expensive motorcycle, so that must have tapped him out. So he put some second rate, I don't know, that could be a fine hitch, I don't know, but dude, put the right hitch on there with the right wiring. He's got crap going all through the frame, and I don't know where it's going. I see a part of it routing back right there. That could be going through that fairing frame somewhere, and it'll all have to come apart anyway. And again, aftermarket So you went for a cheap backrest. So what does that backrest cost you now? What are them seats? About $300-400? And you hacked your little cover up, and dude, I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Certain things BRP don't make, you know, like those kind of deals, the highway pegs, you know, and that's seems to be of crazy good quality. All stainless steel bolts. And the craziest bumper thing I've ever seen on a Spider. And again, it's bolted in on that right hand side to that soft piece of frame there. I don't know why people think that thing is strong, but it's not. And when you hit something, you can actually see it underneath it. It bows back the radiator, and that is a plastic formed hose that connects the right radiator to the left radiator. You can see the left side is just, well, you can't see it. Well, you can see it right there. That's the end of the plastic pipe. But where the left side is mounted, if you bent that, the radiator just gets crammed back. You do this one, it snaps that pipe. But the way that thing points up and stuff, it's a better option than the curb scoopers, I call them. Had a curb scooper one in here that still had the bolts in that frame. One of the things you do is you don't put them bolts in. And the worst thing that makes all this ridiculous, that, you know, you can have, like, that's the end of your ride type event happen if you bump those things, is that the bike is designed to go over and hit things. The scratches you get, you don't see. If you hit something above that, that's just considered a road accident. But nothing down there. You can bang that thing all you want. You'll be fine. So you put something on it that's going to destroy it. Well, it can destroy you seen what it did to that lower tub, because it was bolted to the tub, and it just literally ripped that tub to shreds. And it bent, I don't know how, it bent, like I will show you, it bent that frame thing back. Somehow or another, it didn't snap that pipe. So, anyway, that guy, you know, of course, it was an employee that scooped it. The thing snagged a rib for the hinge on the trailer. Bam! Classic. And yet I still see people putting those things on. Hopefully they don't make them for the 20 and 21 RTs. We'll be doing this again. Insurance companies pay for it, I guess, but I would like to have a continue the ride event happening. If I hit something so hard, your ride's going to end when you hit that curb scooper. I don't know about this thing here. It's bolted very, very solid, I gotta say, but very solid to a piece of framework that is very light. And its only purpose in life is holding the bottom of the radiators. All right, I officially win the award of the dumbest person to ever, well, I won't say that saying. I'm an idiot. So the ground is 100%, this is always hot. You know, we talked about that yesterday. Goes through that load shedding relay, all that stuff. This is always hot. The multi-switch is what controls the ground. And my first thought was them horns probably have too much power and melted this somewhere, the harness, or hopefully in the switch, something you can replace. So, you know, last night I isolated all that stuff. So this morning I cleaned up all this wiring and all that stuff down there. I already showed you that. Oh, I got the door and everything on. I was able to save the threads on the right hand. As you're seeing, it's on the left, but that's the right hand side of the bike. Got all that all cleaned up. That's all properly sealed. No wires going through it. It's all being done internally, out of the way. We discussed that as well. And so put the new load shedding relay in there just as a precaution. She's still hot. As soon as I put the 25 amp fuse in there, whoop! And then so I go, well, let me isolate this thing. So I come over here. This is where, oh my Lord, I don't even know. Should be too embarrassed to even tell you. Do you see that there's one one terminal on the horn, that's just for the positive. Where's the ground? Oh, that's right. It's grounding to the frame. Remember where I told you when you use something with some power like this, it should have a relay in it, an accessory relay that can handle that power? Well, because there's no relay, the ground is right there. What is the ground? What is that bracket bolted to? It's down there bolted to the frame. So it's creating a permanent ground. So as soon as you put power to it, the horns go hot. There's always 12 volts in this thing. Even with it sitting here, the horn works without even the key in it. Because the ground is supposed to be controlled by the relay. So he's going to have no horns. My advice is put the stock horn in there. If you have to honk the horn all the time, you don't know, you're a dangerous person on the road. You should be looking out for you. Honking your horn is not going to save you. I gotta have loud horns on there. Ain't gonna save you. I mean, listen to loud horns. You hear them honking all the time. Nobody even looks to see, are they honking at me? Nobody pays attention to that. You gotta look after you. And if you're relying on a horn to save you on a motorcycle or a Spider or something like that, I hate to tell you, but your days are numbered. So anyway, he needs an accessory relay wired into that thing. And because then the ground, that relay will control the ground. It'll isolate the ground. So this, you can still have this ground going the way it is, but that needs to be the ground going to the relay. So when you turn the key on, it powers it up. I don't think you want that relay going all the time. You'd probably want it to activate when you hit the horn. Because if you have power going through that thing all the time, the relay's being triggered, and the relay probably, because it's not going to be a BRP relay, I can tell you that. It ain't going to last. What is all that happy stuff? Please, for the love of all that's holy, leave your bike alone. They'll live forever. Leave them alone. People ask me, what about the unreliability I hear about Spiders? And I'm going, I don't know what planet you're from. What you're hearing is that's unreliable is 100% related to garbage accessories that people put on their bikes. Always. I mean always. If a electrical part fails in one of these things, it's usually a backflush or some aftermarket thing that caused it. CAN bus problems, aftermarket stuff plugged into them. Leave the thing alone. Enjoy the ride. Quit obsessing over this junk. And what kills me, most of it's like, 2 cents on the dollar. It's so cheap and it's so unreliable, and people are paying prime for these things. Like some of those LED kits, I can't believe what they're paying for them. If there's some of these little sites you can find these things, and it's like, you can get 20 feet of that stuff for like $1.50. Just order it direct from China. And I don't know, those guys that are selling this stuff are getting fat on the hog. And boy, are they advertising how great it is. Oh, it's a safety thing. Safety always sells. Always sells. People going, oh, I need extra lights. Do you not think the manufacturers think how this thing should be safe going down the road? And this is a true thing. You put too many lights on there, you become a parade float, and sight fixation becomes a real thing. You find somebody that's impaired in the least, they go, oh, pretty lights, and drive right into you. It's crazy. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. So I just wasted time yesterday. I just now looking back into it now because I got everything to point. I can put the load shredding relay. Most of the time I spent was cleaning up the mess, rewiring stuff, because I can't let this thing leave here like this. Wires are going to get chafed. I'm not worried about the yellow wires because they're routed in a weird way on that horn because it's a ground anyway. And I was thinking, something probably chafed somewhere and it's getting the ground. No, I isolated that last night. That the bike wasn't grounding. Metal brackets. And the ground wire from the stock horn wire that only gets a ground when you push the horn button is bolted to the framework of the horn, which is bolted to the frame of the bike. So it's permanently grounded. All right, that's it. I'm out. This is kind of a bizarre one. Customer comes in saying his Shift Assist Pro is not working and he has no gear indicator on his dash. And went through a battery of tests. And one of the weird things is there was 3 modules within the DME that was grounded. There's no fuses on these. Well, there is some fuses, but they're for main things. But anyway, no fuses like you think of fuses like on that Spider. They don't have those anymore. The DME controls, or a ground module controls all that. But anyway, the Shift Assist was causing the grounding, and the Shift Assist, even if that wasn't faulty, wouldn't work because the gear position sensor is actually faulty. So 2 shifting things at the same time on a 5,000 mile bike. I don't know, that's about the bizarrest thing I've ever seen. I have never, out of all the S1000s come through, have never seen I actually did on an RR, I seen a Shift Assist sensor go bad, 1 out of all the years. So it's kind of weird that this one had both of them out. I don't know. It's electronic, high-tech world we live in nowadays. That's what a S1000R looks like with the tank off. So a little woman and I, good Lord, it's 6:30, Mama. Holy crap, really? 6:30? We got out of work an hour and a half ago.
I wasn't in there that long.
You were in there quite a while.
Well, I had to wait forever.
Yeah. Wow. We're a good 45 minutes from home, from here in Woodland. Nice out here, though. A little smoky haze here and there, but at least it's not down here. We're not gagging on it like we did last year.
Yeah.
Well, let's head on the rest of the way. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, hello there, YouTube. God almighty. End of another beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like Thursday night, last part of Thursday, first part of Friday, definitely going to rain. Well, at least 60%. Then they popped a new one up that there's a 30% chance of rain on Sunday. No, we can't have that.
No.
But, you know, if this was wintertime, 30%, you go, oh, I can get a ride in on that.
There's still a good chance.
Yeah. That's way better than the 80-90% chance of rain. That's when you know you're just stuck.
Yeah. But we need the rain desperately.
Yeah, we definitely need rain. Kind of weird, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, nice mix of BMWs and Spiders today. I don't know if I recorded a whole mix of that, but that's the way my day went.
Gotcha.
But anyway, on that, we're going to bounce.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah.
We'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you then. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.